Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Alex Kansas Mythic Mythos. The Monument Mythos. Sorry, not Mythic Mythos. Maybe that was... We haven't actually reacted to this in a while. It's only got 4K subs, man, and the amount of effort that goes into this dude's videos is ridiculous. Seriously, I wish I could convince you guys somehow to subscribe to this man. It's the least we can do for this guy. Okay, guys? Creed? Listen, we're going to be watching some spooky stuff. Did you bring the snacks, the spooky snacks like I asked? You did? Yes. Okay, pass them over. What? Creed, what's this? Creed, that's literally like dead spiders and cat food. Hi? Creed, what do you think I am? An animal? Creed, you know, take this. Right? Get me some more snacks. Creed, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? Swear to God, I'm a human. Anything else other than spiders and cat food? Bruh. Okay, so we're just going to jump straight into this, guys. So he's done 2 videos here that we haven't watched. Turn this up. So this is his take, their take on what happened. There was something dark behind the scenes. And I did think this. I thought that this happening wasn't no coincidence. But yeah. I don't know how that happened. Elect President Clinton. So in this universe, guys, it's an ARG, obviously. President Clinton was the president. I guess. For the last 2 weeks, the container ship Ever Given has obstructed the Suez Canal. I'm not going to read that. With every passing hour, it's costing the global economy over $400 million. At the request of the Egyptian president of the United States will end the crisis with nuclear force. Both Congress and the United Nations Security Council have approved the use of a small thermonuclear weapon on the Suez Canal, several miles from the Ever Given's location. The blast itself will not reach the ship. However, the waves generated are expected to dislodge the Ever Given from its present position. Evacuations of the cities along the waterway are in progress. Jesus, that is the most American response to a problem that I've ever heard. So they're going to drop the nuke. Okay. But what about nuclear, like, radiation? Oh, God, it's going to get... Oh, I thought it was going to get stuck the other way then. Oh, it did. Oh, my God. How can you make it... What? Twitter machine. Twitter. Where did the Ever Given go? The ship disappeared according to officials. It got up and left. Why is everyone confused? Remember the ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal? It just disappeared. Imagine that. Ah! It's got legs! So if you don't remember, the whole premise of the monument mythos was that each monument has some kind of like... The Americans just released a monster. Oh my God. Attack of the Crab Monsters, 1957. The Americans destroyed the Suez Canal and released a demon. Great. I mean, this would probably be the reaction of the internet nowadays, let's be honest. A demon could spawn out of the center of the earth, exploding everything in its path, and then there'll just be some meme going, oh, this is... There'll be a load of people in England going, well, this is inconvenient, okay? How are we going to get to work now, eh? So is the ship alive, or is there something underneath it? April 11th, 2021. Suez Canal crab will not be destroyed, says UN Security Council. I like to imagine that this actually happened in an alternate reality. The Americans decided to nuke the water surrounding the Suez Canal, dislodged it, and somehow gave birth to a demon. The crab cannot be eliminated without causing great damage to the Ever Given. In this day and age, the world is unprepared for a loss of cargo of such magnitude. Therefore, the Suez Canal crab will not be destroyed. At this time, no containers will be lifted from the ship since low-flying aircraft cause the organism to ambulate unsteadily. In hopes of returning the Ever Given banks at sea, efforts are underway to carefully manipulate the crab's route through Egypt. So it's walking through freaking Egypt right now. Barricade 1, Barricade 2. Oh, they put up barricades to try and stop the thing. Cairo. That's the capital of Egypt, right? Dr. Disturbing presents. Okay, so this guy is doing like videos within videos. This is just big brain stuff right here. This is like a documentary.
And then tell me, what do you think about the tower? It's your first visit here, so what do you think about the tower?
I thought it was a really good tower. It was very interesting to go up it. It gave you a really good sense of how busy Cairo is, so I really enjoyed it.
That was terrific. It was really great to get kind of a sense of the scale of the city. It's kind of difficult to do that when you're walking around down on the street.
What?
It's a breathtaking view, and it really gives you a terrific perspective of the whole city. And I loved it up there. I spent a couple of hours up on the top.
Wait, what? What? So these people are climbing up. Oh, the 2021 Cairo Tower
due
stampede.
to evacuations around the Suez Canal.
Oh my god, this guy's actually going for like the scare theater slash what's that other guy, the other guy called? He uploads the most horrendous videos, man, of like the most horrendous things that have happened. Yeah, this has got the same vibe.
Cairo in search of housing.
This is so
in
cool.
response to this migration, many building capacity limits for popular attractions were inflated. The Cairo Tower, one of the tallest buildings in Egypt, had its own recommended capacity limit increased from 700 persons to 1,000.
This even sounds like the guy. Bruh. 3 days prior, April 16th.
On the evening of April 16th, 2021, upwards of 1,200 visitors toured the Cairo Tower at once. Although concerns of overcrowding had been raised.
Is this going to be like another one of those portals of the sacred trees? If you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, go back and watch the other videos. They're fantastic.
The building manager dismissed their comments. Since the Suez Canal crab would be passing by later in the evening, he also encouraged visitors to enter the upper levels of the tower, as
get a good look.
would provide a better vantage point.
Bruh, it's going to freaking run over the tower. You're all going to die.
At 8 p.m., the Suez Canal crab was observed to have turned toward the Cairo Tower and proceeded to approach. Despite an alert sent out by the Egyptian government for civilians to immediately vacate structures in the crab's path, most visitors ignored the warning and stayed on the upper levels of the Cairo Tower as it came near. At 8:15 p.m., the Suez Canal crab was seen to have stumbled, and in an attempt to regain its balance, crashed into one side of the Cairo Tower, killing over 200 people.
Jeez.
The resulting tremors that traversed the building damaged its staircases and elevator systems beyond repair. The cascade of shipping containers from the Ever Given, knocked forward by the momentum of the initial stumble, lasted for over 2 minutes.
Oh
as an
my
estimated
god.
800 containers broke from their locks and pushed forward an additional.
Yeah, I feel sorry for anyone who might have ordered something from one of these containers. You finally managed to get the 3080 or the 3090 RTX graphics card, and it's like, oh boy, here it comes, and it ends up on this ship thrown across Egypt.
1,000 containers.
Amazing.
As all 1,800 containers tumbled down through the building, the structural integrity of the Cairo Tower rapidly diminished. Falling debris and containers are reported to have killed over 800 visitors. At 8:19 p.m., the Cairo Tower fully collapsed, dragging the immobilized Suez Canal crab into the ground.
Holy
In total,
crap.
only 39 of the 1,189 visitors of the Cairo Tower survived. 2 of the 15 staff members escaped to safety, including
part of
the
the
building
tower?
manager.
That was
None
like a
of the
creature.
6 security guards survived. Although paramedics and police officers had arrived shortly before the Cairo Tower's collapse, the visibly unstable tower prompted them to collect survivors on the ground and retreat
Oh
to a
my
safe
goodness.
distance. At 8:41 p.m., a hazardous waste collection team and soldiers of the Egyptian ground
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'd love to see this in an actual, like Cloverfield, like found footage. I reckon this would be a great found footage series.
arrived to contain survivors within mobile quarantine chambers. Due to fears of a potential contagion contracted from the Suez Canal crab, all civilians in the vicinity
Oh yeah, of course, the radiation of the freaking nuclear
were
bomb.
placed in quarantine, under the authority of Egypt's military.
Oh my god, imagine this creates some kind of
in
like...
collaboration with the Ministry of Health. Upon impact with the ground, the Suez Canal crab and the Ever Given separated. The large wounds caused by the separation discharged thousands of gallons of seawater and bodily fluids. The hazardous waste collection team and soldiers attempted to plug the gushing lesions. However, survivors report that their efforts were mostly futile.
That's amazing.
Due to the team's inability to stay standing on the slippery ground. With the number of accidental falls among
so they all slipped into biohazard.
the troops on the increasingly wet ground, the Egyptian army diverted its focus from closing wounds on the Suez Canal crab to evacuation efforts. By midnight,
oh my god, is it going to turn into like another Chernobyl?
Population within a 3-mile radius of the fallen Cairo tower had been completely evacuated.
Oh wow. So it's like the epicenter almost. God, that's some big brain stuff.
Egyptian authorities publicly announced that the Suez Canal crab had fallen in Cairo.
Mate, dude, Alex, Kansas, I'll tell you what, mate, this needs to be made into some kind of Netflix series. That would be incredible. If you, like, the stories that you're given, obviously there's only so much you can do, and I don't mean to break out of the ARG here, but your ideas with a big budget would be incredible.
And laid in a vegetative state.
Really good.
Although the Cairo exclusion zone was primarily intended to prevent any media coverage of the crab and the surrounding destruction, several journalists managed to record footage of the site through the assistance of private helicopter pilots. By 8 a.m., clips of the crab were trending on Twitter.
I love how in like the year 2021 in this universe, the best cameras are like from the 1980s.
Members of the Anti-Device Association attributed the severity of the disaster to the development of intelligent devices, specifically Twitter machines. They reasoned that due to the popularity of Twitter in America, the Ever Given was overstocked with T-machines, which weighed the ship down and consequently caused the initial obstruction of the Suez Canal. On Twitter, the ADA released a vicious string of messages criticizing Twitter, Hillary Clinton, and Egypt. Along with images of the Suez Canal crab, photos of scattered goods that had fallen out of the shipping containers became a popular topic of discussion. One image of a sports car resting on top of debris would be retweeted by the ADA with the caption, "The Cairo exclusion zone is a conspiracy to keep goods in Egypt. The American people have been robbed."
Damn, here we go. Now it's going to be a freaking war. So it started off with just a normal freaking ship going down the Suez Canal. It got stuck, and then the American people were like, hey man, we can help you out here. Let's throw a nuke in there. Bang, they throw a nuke. Boo, it wakes something in this freaking Ever Given ship. It grows legs into a crab full of radiation and full of these machines, falls into a tower. The containers spill over, freaking radiation waste everywhere. And now because these T machines are having to be held in this zone because they're all in like basically radioactive, now the American people are thinking that it's an attack on their supplies and resources, and they're probably going to go to war
by over 10
with
million
Egypt.
Users. Taking notice, the ADA followed up with tweets suggesting that an Egyptian soldier had driven home the sports car in the image, and that the goods needed to be rescued by their rightful owners. The ADA deemed April 19th as Finders Keepers Day and urged all Americans to travel to Egypt to obtain the goods left by the fallen Suez Canal crab. Overnight, an estimated 12,000 flights to Cairo were booked by American citizens.
One day prior to what?
Although a few trespassers had been apprehended in the Cairo exclusion zone, officials did not foresee any further disruptions at the site. Medical personnel attended to survivors in the quarantine chambers. Soldiers cleared rubble and attempted to control the spread of the Suez Canal crab's bodily fluids. By 5 a.m. on April 19th, approximately 20 million
Are there even 12,000 planes going out to Egypt? Is that many planes going
gallons
out?
have been contained through aerial drops of
Maybe actually. I mean, the amount of freaking states in America. That
sawdust
just sounds
and an
like
extensive
mayhem.
effort to mop the premises. Although several officials discussed a plan to lay down military-grade mats to enable the hazardous material collection team to walk up to the crab for closer analysis, it was ultimately decided that no further action would be taken until the following evening, as it was believed that the midday sun would evaporate most of the fluid.
Okay. The stampede.
At 12 p.m., over 12,000 Americans gathered in front of the gated entrance of the Cairo exclusion zone.
Oh my
4,000 Egyptian police officers and soldiers stood behind the perimeter.
This man's making up his own history. This is insane.
To guard the exclusion zone from trespassers. At 12:03 p.m., violence erupted when an American shot a police officer.
Where'd he get the gun from?
Consequently, tear gas was used on the raging mob.
Oh, here we go. There's going to be a war.
Tanks and heat rays arrived shortly afterwards to deter any trespassers. However, by 12:10 p.m., the front entrance gates of the Cairo exclusion zone collapsed from the force of the charging crowd. Informed of the approaching Americans, medical personnel and survivors at the epicenter began to vacate the premises. By 12:43 p.m., the first Americans were seen by officials at the epicenter. Although the wet ground was expected to significantly slow their approach, several citizens had arrived earlier than anticipated since they had utilized car hubcaps to slide quickly across the ground. With no law enforcement at the scene, the American citizens began to collect fallen goods and pry open shipping containers.
Oh my goodness.
Popular goods
How are they going to get it back though?
Furniture.
Furniture? What, are you going to fly that back at you?
Firearms, processed food, tea machines, bars of gold, automobiles, and designer clothing. As Americans continued to arrive at the epicenter, more injuries from accidental falls were observed. Concussions and broken arms were the most common injuries during the initial break-in. At 1 p.m., several fights broke out over a Ford pickup truck that had rolled out from a container
Of course, a pickup
crushed
truck.
a family. 3 aggressors were shot by a man who had found a rifle.
Oh my
the
god.
conflict fueled an unpleasant atmosphere. With
So
more
the Americans firstly shot the security guards in Cairo, then they turned on each other.
instances of gun violence as time went on.
It turned into a
One notable
free-for-all.
incident saw the discovery of a container of firearms by a group of young children.
Oh my god.
The accidental firing of an automatic weapon by one child prompted the intervention of their parents and other adults. The resulting verbal argument escalated quickly and broke out into a full-scale gunfight with over 14 armed subjects, including the
God.
children.
What?
Another fight erupted after the discovery
Metal
of a
Gear
deluxe
Solid
barbecue
5?
grill, which 13 Americans had simultaneously called dibs on when the item was pulled out of a shipping container. All 13 Americans died from gun-related wounds. When the last wave of the 12,000 Americans had entered the epicenter, overcrowding ensured that the accidental fall of one individual would trigger a continuous series of additional falls.
Oh my goodness,
Without
like
any open
dominoes.
space for the midday sunlight to reach the wet ground, the bodily fluid had no time to evaporate, and the
Uh-oh.
number of falls steadily increased. At around 1:30 p.m., one of the posterior legs of the Suez Canal crab twitched and incited panic in a nearby crowd.
Oh my goodness.
As Americans attempted,
They were all joggers wearing shorts.
many fell on the slippery ground and were trampled by those rushing behind them. By 1:33 p.m., the screams of the panicked crowd had reached a deafening volume, reportedly being heard over 5 miles away.
Oh my god.
Due to the reinforcement of the Cairo exclusion zone's gates and orders from the Ministry of Health to prevent any American citizen from leaving the exclusion zone.
Wow,
Massive
they're
crowds
stuck
were
in
kept
there.
inside the 3-mile radius.
Oh my,
of the
that's what you
epicenter,
get for
held
being
in place
idiots.
by an orderly line of tanks that flanked the entirety
Oh. Starting to believe this is real now.
of the zone's perimeter.
That's how well
the
this
gates
is
stood
written.
for over 6 hours as Americans ran from the epicenter. Many soldiers became ill at the sight of injuries caused by the thousands of bodies being crushed into the metal bars.
Oh my god.
By 7:15 p.m., everyone within a half mile of the gate had perished from extreme pressure. Heat exhaustion, accidental falls, and gun violence were also major causes of death. The Cairo exclusion zone gates were opened at 8 p.m. Soldiers searched for the remaining survivors.
This is insane,
Of the
man.
over 12,000 Americans who had arrived, only 944 survived.
Okay.
77 of the American survivors were found kneeling around the Suez Canal crab and claimed to have been promised from a deity that they would survive if they prayed to the crab.
Oh, here we bloody
However,
go.
none of them could account for the remains
Turning the
of dead
crab into a
worshippers
god.
that littered the ground around them. They would later establish the Church of the Ever Given during their stay at a local hospital. Howard Melrose, an American journalist
this?
permitted to visit the Cairo exclusion zone the day after
this-
the
Was this? Oh, no, I'm not going to
said
say.
of the site, "It looked like something from a medieval painting. All of their bodies were jammed into each other. Everyone became one."
Mad. So what? What? So they literally just became The Cairo exclusion zone is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. World Heritage Site? So what happened? They became one. Oh my god, that's insane. That's amazing. This one's a little bit shorter, guys. It's 3 minutes long. It's called Fallen Father. I think this is a proper, like, I don't know if it's all a connecting story or if they're all separate stories within themselves. Here we go. Shocking surprise visit. Are you ready? What the hell is that? They followed me all the way home. Is that fish? Oh, it's a squirrel. Mr. Squirrel. He's back. Yeah. Yeah, look at the squirrel. Yeah. And he is beautiful. What is happening? He just gave you the stink eye. What? Eh? So forget about that. Since you're gone, you'll never see this video, but what do you mean, since you're gone? I had a dream that you were still here and you were about to leave the house. And right before you left, you said, I'm going home now. I know your health problems made your body a prison and now you're free. But we miss you so much, I wish I heard you more often. Oh, okay, so it's about his dad. I love you, Dad. I hope you're happy wherever you are. I can't stop thinking about the day you left. Oh my God. Jesus! It hurts so much to remember. The worst memories live at home with us. Oh my God, what is that? Ugh. Oh my God, this is creepy. Is it gone? Oh, it's completely covering up. It's the old Tobuscus intro. Intro of darkness, then redness, then whiteness. I can't believe it's been 3 days already. We're at Nathaniel Arnoldson, July 1961, May 2021. What is happening with these? I mean, that's just creepy. Maybe that someone knows what's happening right now. I'm so confused. But there we go, guys. That's what we've got. Honestly, these could be their own Netflix series. Some of these, like, individual, like, videos could be their own, like, documentaries, like, fake documentaries. But there we go, guys. That was the monument. Well, Alex, Kansas. Please go subscribe to this guy. Absolutely fantastic. Makes some really, really good content. I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everybody.